Welcome to our last lesson on graphing parabolas. This is part 3. What we're going to do is we're going to understand vertex form of a quadratic function and be able to determine all of the following. The vertex, the axis of symmetry, maximum or minimum value of the function, where the function is increasing or decreasing, and determining the domain and range of the function. Okay, so recall we talked about standard form of a quadratic function. Now we're going to talk about vertex form, where it's written in the form f of x is equal to a times x minus h whole thing squared plus k. So recall just some definitions. The vertex is the lowest or the highest point of the parabola, and the axis of symmetry is the vertical line that goes through the vertex. So properties of vertex form. So how it opens. If a is greater than 0, it opens upward. If a is less than 0, it opens downward. That's the same as standard form. But with vertex form, we can get the vertex right from the form that it's written in. The vertex is h comma k. Notice since there's a minus here, the x-coordinate of the vertex is h, or some students think of it as the opposite of what's in here. So if it's minus h, the x-coordinate is going to be positive. If it's a plus h, the x-coordinate is going to be negative, and then k is just k. Okay, max or min, same thing. If the graph opens upward, the y-coordinate of the vertex is the minimum value. If the graph opens downward, the y-coordinate of the vertex is the maximum value. In this case, the axis of symmetry is the line x equals h. Remember, it's the vertical line that goes through the vertex. Same as before, though, where the x-coordinate of the vertex matched the x value in the line of symmetry, the axis of symmetry. Okay? So example 1, use the following function, f of x is equal to 4 times x plus 5 squared plus 9 to determine the following. Okay, so again, the vertex is hk, but that's if it's written like this. Okay, so you can think of this as like minus a negative 5. Okay, so the x-coordinate is negative 5. Okay, and that's because and the y-coordinate is 9. And that's because if we were to substitute it back into this form, x minus negative 5 squared plus k plus 9, it would give us x plus 5 squared plus 9. Of course, with the 4 in front, but that's why it's a negative 5. Okay. The axis of symmetry is x equals the x-coordinate of the vertex, so that's x equals negative 5. The parabola opens, since the 4 is positive, this is going to open upward. If a parabola opens upward, we have a minimum value, and that minimum value is the y-coordinate of the vertex. Okay, and then just as a visual, so we've got negative 5. Okay, this is what my parabola looks like. This is the point negative 5 comma 9, so we can get increasing and decreasing from here. Okay, so this graph is increasing from negative 5 to infinity, and it's decreasing from negative infinity to negative 5. The domain is all real numbers, and we write that as negative infinity to infinity, and the range is the lowest y value to the highest y value. So my lowest y value is 9, it gets a bracket, and my highest y value goes to infinity. Okay. Example 2, use the following function, f of x is equal to negative 3 times x minus 2 squared minus 4 to determine the following. So the vertex, we have it in the form, so in this case, h is 2, k is negative 4. So the coordinate of the vertex here is 2, negative 4. The axis of symmetry is the vertical line that goes through the vertex, so x equals 2. This parabola is going to open downward because of the negative 3. Okay, if a parabola opens downward, it has a maximum value, and that maximum value of the function is the y-coordinate of the vertex. Okay, and we can get all of this visually as well. Oops, kind of butchered that one. Let me start over. My iPad is at an angle, so let me see. Okay, so here's my vertex, 2, negative 4. The axis of symmetry goes right through. Okay, so that's why this is the equation, x equals 2. Oh, it should open downward. Hold on. Okay. Third time's a charm. Should look like this. Okay, so I still have my axis of symmetry. x equals 2. My parabola opens downward, and this is the point 2, -4, so the maximum value is -4. The function is increasing from -infinity to 2, and it's decreasing from 2 to infinity. My domain is -infinity to infinity, and my range lowest y value to highest y value. The lowest y value is -infinity, and the highest y value is -4 included, so it gets a bracket. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me.